Hello, welcome to the Elevate Your Wellbeing podcast with myself, Rachael Wagstaffe. I want to just dive into a little review of the weekend away I had about 2 months ago now, as this episode will go live, when I went away for a weekend in Bristol to see one of my mentors, Denise Duffield-Thomas, live and just get that in-person coaching from her and just to be in the room with so many incredible people. So 2023 was a big year for me with getting to get in the room with so many people. I was going to events. I was really making the most of it to make up for the previous years, but it had also amazed me just how much I have changed in what I was doing. When I first started teaching yoga, I was going to so many teacher trainings because I just felt like I didn't know enough. I wasn't good enough. I just didn't have the knowledge, or I didn't believe or feel I had the knowledge worthy enough to serve my clients, my students in the best possible way. And then I did get to the point where I was like, I feel like I actually stopped booking them. So maybe around 2016. So I think I was starting around 2013 through to about 3 years of going to these teacher trainings. And it was amazing. It was lovely to be in the room with so many people, but it was amazing how much more clicky it felt. But maybe that was also some of my energy because I just didn't feel like I deserved to be in the room. And it's amazing just looking at that shift in my mindset and my journey compared to all the rooms I was in 2023, with how my mindset has changed, how my belief in myself has changed, and really being honest with me with myself, and what do I actually need? And I just loved being in the room, so many different rooms with so many different people, and just how the connection was there. And that in itself was beautiful, even if I didn't get to meet the mentors. Just being in the room with so many people that are there because they believe in the power in showing up for themselves, in doing the work, but also cheering each other on. It was that true feeling of everyone in the room could collaborate and connect with each other rather than there being competition, because everyone in the room is doing something very similar. Granted, the one that I'm going into at the moment for Bristol, we were all entrepreneurs, we were all business women. There was maybe one guy there, which is why I hesitated a little bit then. But yeah, so like 99% of the room were women. We were all business women, and we all did slightly different things. But it was interesting just hearing from that perspective with how many people have those mindset blocks that were coming up. And I think that was the huge part of this, was regardless of what you're doing or where you're coming from, a lot of the beliefs are the same, that we don't deserve to be successful, that we don't deserve to succeed, that we're not worthy of managing or owning a successful business or being able to enjoy true time freedom or financial freedom before the norm of retirement. So many people had these goals. The person that was on the stage, Denise, she was like, my goal is to financially retire at the age of 45. She's like, I will still be putting things out. There'll still be some things I'll be doing, but I'll be taking almost what I would imagine some people would see as semi-retirement, probably even more so than that, at the age of 45. So, at least 20 years before the norm. And, by the time we get to 65, it could be way beyond that. So it's taking that power of owning what it is that you're wanting to create and putting it out there. And I think that for me was a really powerful aspect. And it was a 2-day event, which I loved. So we've got the opportunity to dive into the whole of Saturday. Then we came back on the Sunday and we were diving into slightly different areas. But what was really powerful was seeing what came up, even though it was all things that I've done before, because I've been mentored by Denise for a year now. And it's processes we do every month when we go through the lives together. So she does it as group coaching, whereas my coaching at the moment is purely one-on-one. So it's just you and me together going through this. And it's always the same process. on a slightly different topic, which is the same with myself. So it'd be the same process. We'll go through a slightly different focus, like a different area of life, but we're still coming back to the same thing. But it's interesting what comes up, and it was fascinating just to go through that process and see what blocks are coming up, and then actually being able to talk it through with other people and like, oh yeah, that's come up for me, but in this particular way. And then move through that. So there was a goal setting process that Denise was having us have a play with on Sunday. This is what I wanted to expand on from last week, because it was a goal I had set myself to hit in 2023. Like the whole of 2023, I had this financial goal to hit, which I did not hit. And it's interesting going back and reflecting on that, because when I wrote down that goal, and Denise is more of a money mindset coach, so that was what was coming up. So she said, set yourself a money goal for 2024. And I just automatically wrote this number down. That was the focus I had in mind for the year. And then when she was walking us through this process, I was like, that's too small. But then I also had the thought of, but who am I to ask for more than that? And it was really interesting just playing around with that aspect of it. So it's looking at, some of the goals that you wrote down last week, if you've gone through the goal setting episode from last week, was what came up for you when you really allowed yourself to play and dream big and write down those massive, big, audacious goals. Did you have those things, those thoughts come up of, well, who am I to say I'm going to create this for myself? Who am I to say I'm going to create this for myself within such a short time frame even? So it's really reviewing what stories keep coming up for you when you set your goals. And it's just sitting with those and just, honoring the story that's coming up. But then asking yourself, is it true? Is it actually true? Because you are worthy of creating that for yourself. You can create that for yourself, but you need to create that plan, and you need to break it down into those smaller steps, and you need to believe in yourself, even if no one else around you believes in it. You also need to put yourself out there to make it happen as well. So for me, the big takeaways from going to this weekend is get in the room, get around people who understand what it is that you're wanting to create, can help cheer you on, that are doing the work and are happy to see you doing the work as well. Make the big goals, honor what comes up for you, and then change the script. If it's come up for you, it's meant to be. There's an aspect or an element of that you are meant to experience. And don't let anyone else's doubts or fears or concerns impact what is meant for you. If it's meant for you, it's not going to pass you by, but it will pass you by if you don't show up. And there was a quote I wrote down that I want to share before I wrap up this episode, is no one can stop you, but no one can make you. No one can stop you, but no one can make you. So you can let people seem like they're stopping you because you've expressed something that you're wanting to create, and they put their fears or worries or doubts on you, because obviously they want you to succeed. They don't want you to feel like a failure, but it's usually because you've allowed those stories to change your mind or plant the seed of doubt in yourself. But you're the one that's then let yourself stop yourself. But at the same time, no one but yourself can make you do the damn work. Even me, if you hired me as your coach, if I worked with you as your coach one-on-one, I could keep cheering you on, I could keep encouraging you. The work's got to come from you. You've got to do work. So no one could stop you. At the same time, no one can make you. So see what comes up with that. And if you are at that point, you're like, okay, I have questions, I want that accountability, I want to start getting in the rooms with other people that are doing the work, come and join the free Facebook group that's linked in the show notes. And then get that support from myself one-on-one. And let's get on a strategy call, have a little chat and see if what I offer is the next best thing for you to do, and then we can work from there.